Imagine this: you're standing at the edge of a dusty village road, the sun beating down like an unrelenting judge, and in your hands is an empty basket, symbolizing every shattered dream, every unmet need. But what if that very emptiness held the key to unlocking miracles? Stick with me through this tale, and by the end, you'll see how gratitude can turn despair into abundance. If this resonates, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that ignite your spirit. Let's dive in. In a forgotten corner of a sun-scorched valley lived a widow named Elara, her once vibrant eyes now shadowed by endless hardship. Her husband had passed years ago, leaving her with 2 young children, Mia and little Theo, in a tiny hut that creaked under the weight of poverty. The fields around them had withered in a merciless drought, crops failing for the 3rd season in a row. Each morning, Elara would weave baskets from dry reeds, hoping to sell them at the market. But buyers were scarce, and her own basket for gathering food returned empty day after day. "Why us?" she'd whisper to the stars at night, tears soaking her pillow as Mia's hungry cries pierced the silence. Theo, too young to understand, clung to her skirts, his small frame growing thinner. Elara's heart ached with the raw pain of a mother's helplessness. Bills piled up, neighbors turned away, and doubt gnawed at her soul like a relentless storm. One evening, as the sun dipped low, painting the sky in hues of fading hope, Elara encountered an old traveler resting by the village well. His clothes were ragged, but his eyes sparkled with quiet wisdom. Seeing her empty basket, he smiled gently. "Child," he said, "an empty vessel invites the universe to fill it, but only if you thank it first for what it holds. Nothingness, the space for miracles." Elara scoffed inwardly. Gratitude. For what? Starvation? Loss? Yet, desperation made her listen. The traveler shared a simple parable of a seed buried in barren soil, grateful for the dark that allowed it to sprout. "Practice thanks for what is and watch what comes," he urged before vanishing into the twilight. That night, Elara knelt with her children. Instead of pleading for rain or riches, she whispered thanks for the roof over their heads, no matter how leaky, for Maya's curious questions that kept her mind alive, for Theo's innocent laughter that pierced the gloom. It felt foolish at first, like shouting into a void, but as days passed, she persisted. Each morning, she'd hold her empty basket and say, "Thank you for the space to receive." Mia, sensing her mother's shift, joined in, thanking the wilted garden for its past blooms. Theo babbled his own version, giggling as if it were a game. The change was subtle at first, like a whisper of wind before a storm. A neighbor, moved by Elara's quiet resilience, dropped off a handful of seeds from his hidden store. "I've seen your strength," he said. Elara planted them with gratitude, and miraculously, a light rain fell that night, the first in months. The seeds sprouted, drawing curious villagers who bartered tools and food for her baskets. Word spread of the grateful widow, and soon a merchant from afar arrived, enchanted by her woven creations, offering a contract that promised steady income. Maya's cheeks filled out, Theo's energy returned, and Elara's home buzzed with life again. The empty basket, it overflowed with fresh produce, handmade trinkets, and the warmth of community. What began as emptiness had birthed abundance, not through magic, but through the quiet power of a thankful heart. But the true miracle unfolded in Elara's spirit. She realized gratitude wasn't about ignoring pain. It was about embracing it as fertile ground for growth. Challenges didn't vanish, they transformed. When doubt crept back during a minor setback, she'd hold that basket and remember emptiness is an invitation. So, dear friend, does gratitude actually work? Elara's story shouts yes. It turns the ordinary into the extraordinary, the broken into the blessed. If you've ever felt empty, start today, thank the void, and watch miracles unfold. If this parable touched your heart, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got more life-changing tales coming your way. What's one thing you're grateful for right now? Share in the comments below. Until next time, keep believing in the miracles within.